Hey guys, and welcome back to another video where today we'll be debating whether Amazon should release the Lord of the Rings TV series weekly or all at one go so it can be binge watched. Before we start, I would like to say I prefer episodes of TV shows to be released weekly rather than all at one go, as that leads to more hype and the excitement waiting for the next episode is great as well. Now, there are a few variables we will have to consider when talking about this, as we are not fully sure how many episodes there will be in season 1. As at the end of last year in an interview, Thomas Shippey, who is a Tolkien scholar who was working on the show, said that Amazon will be filming 20 episodes, which could mean that there will be 20 episodes in the first season. However, in January at a panel, apparently it was said that the first season will be 8 episodes. So, if the first season will be 20 episodes, it would be a big mistake not to release the show weekly. If the first 2 episodes are cultivating and draw not just Tolkien fans in, but other viewers as well, having episodes released weekly would cause more conversation and hype surrounding the show. Also, another reason why this might be good for a 20 episode season is because the wait for season 2 might be quite long. And if the show runs for 20 weeks, which means 1 episode a week, it would help us with the anticipation for the next season, as many of us have been waiting 2 to 3 years for this show, but when it finally gets released and it all drops on in one day and we get through it quickly, in the end we'll just be waiting for the next season. Also, if the first season is 20 episodes, Amazon could release 2 episodes a week and draw it down to 10 weeks, and that would still be fine as well. Now let's get on to if Amazon have 8 episodes in season 1 of the show. Firstly, I think this is more likely to happen and much more reasonable than 20 episodes. But the same rule still applies. It would be much better if the show is released weekly. However, it is more likely that 8 episodes, Amazon will release them all at one go. But I still believe that this would be a mistake, as the works of Tolkien are so in-depth and so compelling, and even though this is an adaptation of his works, the show will probably be more heavy-hitting and complex. So if Amazon releases this all in one go, it might be a bit too much taken for a more casual viewer, let alone Tolkien fans. I'd rather after each episode to talk about what happened and dissect the episode and talk about potential ideas of what could happen in the next episode and speculate what could happen, rather than watching the whole season in one day, talking about so many different things at once. It will be too much and quite overwhelming. Releasing a TV show all in one day hardly ever works for fantasy/historical shows, except for Netflix, where they release all their fantasy shows all in one day, for example The Witcher or Cursed. But on the other hand, for example, season 1 of Game of Thrones and every season since was released weekly, and same with Vikings as well. Even now for the final season of Vikings, which in the UK is on Amazon Prime, it will be released weekly. I know Vikings is not an Amazon show, but they should learn from that. The episode released weekly is much better than having them all in one go. Season 8 for Game of Thrones was awful. However, the anticipation for the 3rd episode and the final episodes of the season all around the world was massive, and that feeling of having to wait a week was great. However, if all of season 8 was released at one time, I don't believe it would have the same effect. So to answer the question, I believe Amazon should have episodes released weekly, where the first seasons being 8 episodes or 20 episodes. It would also be beneficial for the marketing and publicity for the show, as hopefully a lot of people will be talking about it all over the world, and for example on social media, which leads to more eyes and viewers watching the show. And for example, I'd much prefer to, after every episode which is released weekly, to do a recap of the episode. We see what could potentially happen in the next episode, and having it all dropped at once, and then having to make like 20 odd videos on it as well. So it'd be much more better, and it just doesn't be more fan interaction. Like we will be talking and making up theories or what would happen in the next episode, and that's what makes shows great. And if they do release it all in one go, I believe they will be missing out on a big thing. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below, as I know some people love to binge watch shows and hate waiting for the next episode of one as well. But thank you guys for watching, I really appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, but until the next episode my friends, goodbye.